Question number 4. Question number 4 is write down all subsets of the following sets. So number 1 is set containing A. So we can name this, or without naming also we can write. So we can write let A is equals to set containing A. Then subsets of A are phi and set containing A itself. Number 2 is set containing AB. So in solution part, let capital A equals to set containing AB. Then subsets of A are, let us write phi, then the single letter, and then the pair element. Keep in mind that if a set is given, that how many subsets can be made by the formula 2 to the power m, where m is the number of the elements in the given set. Here the number of the element in given set is 1, so 2 power 1 is 2, so number of the subsets is 2. Here the number of the elements in this set is 2, so 2 power 2 is 4, so the number of the subsets is 4. I think you better understand, children. Now number 3 is set containing 1, 2, 3. This question I have done in the explanation part, so you will be attempting this by your own. Now number 4. Number 4 is phi. Obviously the subset of phi is the phi only. The subset of phi is phi itself. This I have discussed in the explanation part. Now let us go to question number 5. Question number 5 says that how many elements has PA if A equals to phi? Now over here, children, question number 5 is saying that how many elements has PA if A equals to phi. Now A equals to phi means A is an empty set. So we will be writing clearly NA is equals to 0. Therefore, n of PA, that is number of elements in the power set of A, will be equals to 2 to the power 0 equals to 1. I think you understand. Last question 4, subpart number 4, subpart number 4 is write down all the subsets of the set phi. So obviously there the only subset of phi is phi, 1 only. So over here the number of the subsets of the set A, which is phi, will be equals to 1. Now question number 6. Write the following as intervals. Number 1 is x such that x belongs to capital R and minus 4 is less than x, which is less than equals to 6. Now I have discussed in detail about this interval topic. So children, I am sure that you will be answering by your own. Even then I am writing the answers. Please refer or please see whether you are correct or not. So over here minus 4 open interval, so minus 4 open interval and 6 close interval. Number 2, x such that x belongs to capital R and minus 12 is less than x, which is less than minus 10. So answer obviously will be, let us start, this is strictly less than, so open interval minus 12 and then strictly over here strict inequality, so over here minus 10 and open interval. Now next will be subpart number 3. Subpart number 3 is x such that x belongs to capital R and 0 less than equals to x, which is less than 7. So obviously over here answer will be equals to 0 less than equals to x, so close interval 0 and open interval 7. strictly less than 7. You can write this as 0, 7 also. Now let us go to subpart number 4 of question number 6. Number 4 is x such that x belongs to capital R and 3 is less than equals to x, which is less than equals to 4. Obviously the answer you can write immediately as strictly less than, slack inequality, and over here 4 also slack inequality, so both are closed. This one is, note you write, this and this are strict inequalities. Strict inequality. And greater than equals to, less than equals to are called slack inequalities. Slack inequalities. Keep in your mind. Now question number 7, write the following intervals in set builder form. Question number 7. Number 1 is -3, 0, open interval. So we will be writing this answer as x such that x belongs to capital R, comma, -3, both are open. -3 is less than x, which is less than 0. Subpart number 2. Over here, close interval 6, 12, closed. So this we can write as x such that x belongs to capital R, plus 6 now. 6 is less than equals to x, which is less than equals to 12. Next, number 4, -23 to 5, and this is closed open interval. So answer will be x such that x belongs to capital R and -23 is less than equals to x, which is less than 5. Now let us go to question number 8. Question number 8 says that what universal set or sets would you propose for each of the following? Number 1. This question I have discussed in the discussion part. The question is the set of right triangles. Obviously the universal set for this can be the set of all triangles. Obviously all triangles include the set of the right triangles. We can also write this as the set of all polygons, because polygon is a closed figure and triangle also is a closed figure, and one or two more you can form. Now number 2 is the set of isosceles triangles. Same you can make for this isosceles triangles also, that is set of all triangles and set of all polygons. Let us go to question number 9. Question number 9 is the set A equals to 1, 3, 5. Let us do in fresh. Question number 9. 1 is saying that if A is equals to set containing 1, 3, 5, B is equals to set containing 2, 4, 6, and C is equals to set containing 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Which of the following may be considered as the universal set for all the three sets A, B, C? So this question is based on the concept of universal set. So number 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So obviously over here A is the subset of this, B is the subset of C, but Over here 8 belongs to C, but 8 does not belongs to this. Number 1. So this cannot be the universal set for A, B and C. Number 2, 5. Obviously 5 does not contain any element, so this cannot be the universal set for any. Now 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Obviously this contains all the elements of A, B and C, so this can be the universal set for the given sets A, B and C. Subpart number 4 is given as 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 8. Now obviously this is the this can be the universal set for the set A and B, but not for C, because in C the element 0 is there and 0 is not in subpart number 4. So only subpart number 3, the given set is the universal set for all the given sets A, B and C.